welcome Honorable Governor Madam. May I request everyone to kindly stand at your places for national anthem, please.
Jana Mana Adhinayaka Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindhu Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Vanga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jaladhi Taranga तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे
We have on dais Honorable Governor of Telangana and Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry. We welcome you, ma'am. We also have on dais our esteemed guest, Shri P. Muralidhar Rao, renowned social activist and founder Bharati Niti organization. On the dais, we have Chairperson, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Shri Priyanka Nungoji. On dais, we have Srimati Rupali Banerjee Singh, Member Secretary, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. We have on dais Srimati D. Divya, who is Special Secretary to Government of Telangana, Commissionerate of Women Development and Child Welfare. We welcome all the dignitaries on the dais. Now I request our chief guest and all the dignitaries on the dais for lighting of the lamp, please. We all are witness of this lamp lit by Honorable Governor Madam and all the dignitaries, and we hope that in the era of child rights in the state of Telangana, this brightness will be there. Thank you so much. Atithi Devo Bhava. Now to felicitate our chief guest and guest of the day, may I request Chairperson Sir, Member Secretary Madam and Srimati D. Divya Madam to kindly come forward to felicitate our chief guest of the day, please. And you can see the statue of Swami Vivekanand, which is being given by Chairperson, sir. Thank you so much. Now, kindly be there. May I request again Chairperson Sir, Member Secretary Madam and Divya Madam to kindly felicitate our other guest, Shri P. Muralidhar Rao. Thank you so much. Now, it's a humble request to Honorable Governor Madam to give a token of encouragement to all our resource person who will be there today during the program. May I request Padma Shri Dr. Sunita Krishnan Madam to kindly come on the stage, please. I also request Dr. K.P. Ilyas and Shri Vineet Kumar to kindly come on the stage and take this token of encouragement from Honorable Governor Madam. Our eminent resource persons will be giving session on the child right issues of child trafficking and cyber safety. It's a privilege to get this token of encouragement from Honorable Governor Madam. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, to begin the program, may I invite Srimati D. Divya, Special Secretary to Government of Telangana, Commissionerate of Women Development and Child Welfare, to give her inaugural address.
Honorable Governor Madam, Dr. Srimati Tamilisai Madam, Honorable Chairperson of NCPCR, Shri Priyanka Kanungo sir, Shri P. Muralidhar Rao garu, renowned social activist and founder Bharat Niti, my colleague Srimati Rupali Banerjee Singh ji, the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, I extend a warm welcome to one and all to the state of Telangana and especially Hyderabad for this very important meeting on child rights and the contemporary challenges in Telangana. I would like to start off with a quote by Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela famously wrote, "There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children." తెలుగులో ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి దీనికి అర్థం ఏంటంటే, ఒక సొసైటీ ఎలా ఉంది అని తెలుసుకోవాలంటే పిల్లల్ని ఎలా మనం చూసుకుంటున్నాం అన్నది చూస్తే ఆ సొసైటీ ఎటువంటి సొసైటీ అని మనం చెప్పగలము అని నెల్సన్ మండేలా గారు చెప్పారు. అండ్ అవర్ చీఫ్ జస్టిస్ ఇన్ అ రీసెంట్ మీటింగ్ ఇన్ పాక్సో మేడం, he said different countries can fight with each other on various issues. Maybe it is related to resources, water and many other things. But when it comes to children, there can be no fight. Because all of us have to work together in promoting the welfare of the children. It's our duty as stakeholders to provide them a beautiful, nurturing and safe environment to grow. So child protection is such a beautiful subject where the central government and the state government work hand in hand in ensuring the child protection services are offered to the children of the state. Madam, with your permission, I would like to say a few words of the good deeds we have done in the state of Telangana, by the Women and Child Welfare Department to ensure the safety of the children. We have a concept called Bala Rakshak Bhavan, where all the stakeholders, be it the Child Welfare Committee, the District Child Protection Unit, the District Probation Officer, the different JJB, Juvenile Justice Actors, all have a role to play, sit in the Bala Rakshak Bhavan, which is a one-stop center in every district of Telangana. And Madam, our NCPC, our chairperson, has always been in the forefront for child protection, and during the COVID time, he has led the entire country in ensuring that the children are safe during the COVID period. So we in Telangana also attended several video conferences with him and ensured that the children are safely repatriated from childcare institutions and ensured that they are not crowded in institutions, but whoever had parents, whoever had guardians could go back to their homes. And Madam, we have strived hard to deinstitutionalize the institutions. It's a very big stigma if some child says, I have been brought up in an anatha ashram. That's very big stigma they carry forward for their life. So wherever possible, if they had a single parent or a guardian, we could deinstitutionalize them and we could close 80 childcare institutions like that which were not needed. And right now, from 14,000 children in institutions, we could bring them down to mere 8,800. And this process is ongoing, Madam. We will strive hard even now to ensure that only those kids who don't have any support stay in childcare institutions, but others find a home by means of adoption or by means of guardians so that they can have a much brighter childhood. And with the support of the Ministry of Women and Child Welfare, Madam, we work in ensuring every child is brought to safety. In Telangana, we have an innovation called Bala Rakshaks. These Bala Rakshak vehicles, as soon as a child in distress calls 100 or 1098, the police immediately appear on the scene and jail the perpetrators. But what about the child? Where will the child go? So in order to help them, we have these Bala Rakshak vehicles which go along with the police vehicle and help in rescue these children in ensuring their safety. We also have a Telangana State Protection and Welfare portal where we track each and every child who's brought to our Child Welfare Committee and District Child Protection Unit. This is to ensure, Madam, that we have knowledge of which child is in which institution and what is being done to improve their welfare. We also made video conferencing facilities in the juvenile justice boards so that children do not need to travel huge distances in order to go to these juvenile justice boards. And Madam, I would like to say with pride, we work with the Women's Safety Wing of the Telangana Police, and there is a unique institution called Barosa. These Barosa centers are special centers for children who are victim of rape or sexual abuse. What usually happens is, Madam, their medical examination has to be done for these children, and they are usually taken to hospitals where you are a medical doctor yourself, Madam. You know what happens if they are taken to a government hospital. So instead of going to a government hospital, they are taken to these Barosa centers where a doctor is available there and the examination is done by a sensitive medical profession person. Legal expert is dealing with how a FIR can be filed, and it's like a one-stop center for children who are victim of rape and sexual abuse. It also deals with women, but here I would highlight the role of Barosa in children institutions, Madam. And with regards to education, there is a unique institution in Telangana called Durgabai Deshmukh Women Technical Training Institute. 70% of the seats are reserved for orphans, trafficked children and destitute children, Madam. Without writing polyset, directly the orphans can get a seat after 10th standard in this polytechnic college. Thereby, they don't have to go through the process of writing difficult examinations or not knowing what to do with their life. We hope with the support of the central government and the state government, we'll be able to open many such institutions in the future, madam. Ma'am, and lastly, I would like to say one thing. No compensation can bring back a child's broken heart. Whatever we do, it's not going to help them heal fully. But in order to give some support or asara to the children, government of AP and Telangana for a lot of long years has had this compensation due for victims of child abuse. So apart from different compensation they get from the courts, the government also gives them compensation of 1 lakh to ensure that they can lead a dignified life during the trial, madam. And ma'am, POCSO courts are the fast track courts to take care of children who have suffered sexual abuse. So we had helped in renovating the POCSO court of Warangal, which was opened by Chief Justice of India, Honorable N.V. Ramana sir. And he told that this court should be the model for the entire country, and we should have all POCSO courts in such a way that the witness and the victim should not see the perpetrator. They should be away from them and fast justice should be given to them. And our Sishu Vihar madam, I extend a warm welcome to you. You have met all our kids online. You have been so kind that during an Independence Day function, you chose to spend the entire Independence Day with children of our institutions across the state, and they interacted with you. That shows your kind heart. And I don't think any governor so far has given us so much time. But this time now, since COVID has reduced, madam, I extend a hearty welcome to our Sishu Vihar campus, and so that you can encourage us to do better and also interact with the children. And we are happy to inform, ma'am, our Sishu Vihar has been awarded the national model by Ministry of Women and Child Welfare and NIMHANS, so that other institutions also should remain the same. But since madam is from Tamil Nadu, my home state, I take liberty to utter only one proverb in Tamil, and I will translate in Telugu, of course. Kattradu kaiman alavu, kalladadu ulagalavu. That means whatever we studied is only fistful of sand, but what we need to learn is an entire universe and the world, is what our poet Avayar had guided us. So all the Child Welfare Committee chairpersons and members here, NCPCR has given you a right platform, bringing here the best of the speakers from their respective domains. Our Dr. Sunita Krishna madam is a Padma Shri awardee and worked for more than 3 decades in trafficking issues. It will be a pleasure for you to learn from her. So please keep your eyes and mind open. And Mr. Vineet has done so much work in cyber security, and you've heard him. So please implement that in your day-to-day profession and ensure that every child is in safety. And Mr. Ilyas, the IPS officer from NPA, is also guiding you in various safety issues. So please remember this proverb, always whatever we know is very less, but whatever we need to learn and do is much, much more. So I hope this session inspires you to do better, and who else other than our Honorable Governor Madam herself going to motivate all of you to do better for the children of Telangana and the children of the country. So I take this opportunity to thank the NCPCR chairperson for giving me this opportunity to welcome all the guests and also to ensure that every child care professional is up to date with the recent acts and rules. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for warm welcome and giving us a clear idea about the issues and the situation of children in Telangana. Now, may I request respected chairperson, sir, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Shri Priyanka Nungo, to give his address.
Namaskar. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the dignitaries on the dais. It is a great honor and privilege to have Honorable Governor of Telangana, Dr. Srimati Tamilisai Sundarajan as our chief guest. Ma'am, your medical service as a doctor to the humanity and your devotion towards public service and enhancement of living standards of common people are exemplary and inspiration to this generation and generations to come. We are thankful to you, ma'am, for gracing the occasion. Your guidance and support will help the children of Telangana as well as the country. It is also a privilege to have Shri P. Muralidhar Rao ji, senior leader and a public figure, known for his excellent organizing skills, having in-depth understanding of social and economic issues, as the special guest of the occasion. Your knowledge and policy advocacy in different aspects related to the governance, security, digital growth, economics, financial inclusion, leveraging technology for the society contributes towards making it developed society, economy and the nation. We would look forward for your guidance in respect to creating a nation healthy, enabling environment for children. We are also thankful to you for collaboration with Bharat Niti of NCPC for this event. I would like to thank the Special Secretary of Telangana State Women and Child Development Department, Srimati Divyaji, and I would like to thank Member Secretary of NCPCR, Srimati Rupali Banerjee Singh also, who is also present here. All the respected chairpersons and members of child welfare committees, all district child protection officers, the advocates who came here from across Telangana to participate in this event. I welcome all of you. I welcome all the participants from NGOs and civil society organizations, the principals and the teachers of the schools, and other volunteers of NCC and NSS, and the artists of Culture Ministry who are here to entertain us. It's very special occasion that this state level orientation cum sensitization program on child rights contemporary challenges in the Telangana is being organized today in Hyderabad. This will open up a new dimension of looking at the state specific contemporary child rights issues in a comprehensive manner. I would like to tell the participants that NCPCR has adopted a 360-degree approach in protecting children, starting from cyber world to the streets, in houses, in schools, as well as from human traffickers to drug peddlers. And this will continue with more energetic and sustainable interventions. While talking about child protection, I would like to draw your attention towards right to development. It's important to create an enabling environment for children so that they can fulfill their rights to life, development and participation. All of these rights to life, right to development and participation are interconnected in the thread of developmental process. When a child is fell out from the developmental process, become vulnerable and need protection. Therefore, efforts must be laid on keeping children in the developmental fold. It is crucial to create that kind of support system where children would be developed in a healthy manner, celebrate their childhood in learning, growing, dreaming, exploring, and undertaking the value of human life for their own journey and destiny. In the past few years, our Commission has taken firm commitment and working in the mission mode towards course of action on several critical issues of child protection. It has begun with bringing all the child care institutions in the country under direct and single window monitoring system, and at the same time eliminating dubious institutions, organizations like Divyaji correctly told that they have closed about 80 institutions in the state of Telangana. This IT enabled mechanism, MASI, where mother is not there for taking care of children, MASI would be there. So the monitoring app is called as MASI, Monitoring App for Seamless Inspection, has been developed for real time monitoring of the child care institution and their inspection mechanism across the country. Of course, the CWCs, the members and chairperson and the district child protection officers are the main key stakeholders and the duty bearers to operate this system of MASI. We will have a sensitizing session on this MASI app today in technical sessions. Commission has been emphasizing upon family strengthening and treating a child as part of family rather than a separate entity. We have to remember the principles provided in the Juvenile Justice Act 2015 that says family is the best place for a child and institutionalization is the measure of last resort. I personally believe that family strengthening based on the interest of the child and non-institutional care approach is soul of juvenile justice. Earlier, we have observed that some of the children homes were involved in various activities by putting children in their homes for earning money, for collecting foreign donations. In fact, we have observed some cases of forced religious conversion also in these child care institutions. Commission has developed a public policy document SOP 2.0 for street children. Protection of children in street situation is very crucial subject. One of the remarkable public policy document created by the Commission is SOP 2.0 for taking care of street children. And we have started rolling out of this SOP 2.0 in November 2020 and gradually practical application in the domain of child rights and child protection sector. This is first of its kind public policy document with regard to children in need of care and protection, having acceptance, endorsement and legal backing by the administrations, statutory bodies, authorities, civil society as well as the higher judiciary implementation. Moreover, Honorable Supreme Court is monitoring the progress of implementation of this public policy document. The key objective of SOP to strengthen the process and interventions regarding children in street situations in view that there should not be any child on the streets, rather they should be with their families or under the institutional care. So far, 26,000 children has been put in this rehabilitation process through this SIS portal. Another public policy document created by the Commission is Ek Youth Nashe Ki Virudh, a joint action plan on prevention of drugs and substance abuse among the children and illicit trafficking has been formulated with Narcotics Control Bureau. This joint action plan has been formulated as a public policy document taking into account all existing policies, law, regulations, schemes, programs, keeping in the view the roles and responsibility of various authorities, administration agencies, duty bearers, stakeholders and responsible citizens. The policy defines the role of various ministries from central government to the roles to be played by the school principals. The key principles adopted in the joint action plan are based on the direction of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji to have a mechanism to wean away children from using drugs in surrounding areas of school, high school and colleges. There are total ban of illicit drugs to be kept dealt away from the reach of children, and Schedule H and X medicines, those medicines are having psychotropic substance, should be sold by the prescription and tracked through the digitization of records. So far, total 74,546 pharmacy shops selling Schedule H and Schedule X drugs in 17 states of the country have installed CCTV cameras for a monitoring mechanism. 73 exclusive de-addiction facilities for children in 13 states has been developed. This joint action plan was rolled out in 2021 and implemented first in 272 districts. Now we are going to implement in all the districts of the country. NCPCR as a quasi-judicial body organizing grievance and redressal benches in aspirational districts across the country. In first phase, we have conducted 55 benches and redressed about 27,000 complaints in the aspirational districts of the country. Now in the second phase, we are going to conduct these benches in 75 districts. We have so far conducted 7 benches in the districts having a marginal population of tribal communities. In other initiatives, the Commission has proactively framed activities, organized consultation and conducted detailed study in the country, understood impact of benefits provided to the minority institutions with a focus of Muslim minority and how constitutional provisions of right to education being compromised. That report is called Impact of Exemptions under Article 15 with reference to Article 21A. It is available on website. I request you all to please go through that report. It will be eye-opener for all of you. Process of digitization of dedicated portals have also been initiated for effective monitoring and minimal resources in time. We are managing several online portals wherein not only authorities and duty bearers under child protection But common citizens can also upload data information, register their grievances. These portals are e-Balnidan for registration of grievance. A dedicated portal commission is having named as POXO e-box for registration of complaint of sexual abuse with children. We have a dedicated portal for children who got orphaned or lost one parent during the COVID times. Since April 2020 till now, they have lost their one parent or both parents due to COVID or any other reason. Currently, we are maintaining data of 1,80,000 children in these portals, and I am very pleased to say, ma'am, only 1% children out of them are in child care institutions. Rest of them are with their families and taken care by their extended families. We have a dedicated portal for the children of the BSF personnel who lost their lives during the line of their duty. We have a portal named as Sahara for taking care of those children, for listening their grievances, addressing their problems, and provide them online counseling also. We have a Samvedna toll-free helpline number for providing counseling to the children affected from COVID. Commission has a zero tolerance policy on the cases of sexual offences of children in any institution, including schools, CCIs, hostels, etc. Whenever we came across such cases, we deputed a team to conduct spot inquiries. While initiating, implementing all these policies and special interventions, the Commission always work in convergence with collaborative manner with the state commissions, duty bearers and authorities and stakeholders. Now I'd like to bring your attention on today's program. The program has been conceptualized based on the principle of cooperative federalism to help out issues being forced by the state. The Commission is in pursuance of its role mentioned under the various key child-related legislations and identifying emerging issues with respect to welfare of children has initiated necessary steps to set protection mechanism as well as agencies working for the cause of child and functionaries in motion for providing maximum services in the favor of children. Firstly, the issue of cyber safety. We have conducted a session before this inaugural session. That session was dealt by Shri KPA Ilyas Saab and Major Vineet Kumar. Both are eminent speakers and eminent personalities of this sector. The online and digital was not just attending school online classes. Children also invest more time in online recreation. To ensure the digital environment is safe for all children, different department institutions have developed guidelines and other informative literature for various aspects of cyber safety. What are the different forms of cyber threats, their identification, measures to mitigate those threats? NCPCR has developed a guideline, a set of guidelines which is part of NCPCR's school safety manual. Secondly, the child trafficking is also very serious issue with pertain to rights of children. In our society, child trafficking is one of the largest organized crime of the world. We will be listening Padma Shri Dr. Sunita Krishnan on this issue. We are having a session on sensitization of MASIF for the chairpersons and member of CWCs and DCPOs. These are the issues we would like to touch upon during the day. Long deliberations under the different thematic sessions. I would like to request all the participants to actively participate in the sessions, raise their issues and give valuable suggestions so that the children of the state of Telangana will be benefited. For the children, we all are united, and through these children, we can make a new India, a better India. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for setting the tone of the day and giving us a brief on the Commission's work on the core thematic area of child rights. Now our next guest is a senior leader, a public figure, a social activist and founder of Bharat Niti organization, widely renowned for his strategic thinking, excellent organization skills and ideological conviction with strong communication skill. May I respectfully invite Shri P. Muralidhar Rao for his address, please.
Today's chief guest, Honorable Governor of Telangana State, Dr. Srimati Tamilisai Soundarajanji, and NCPCR chairperson, dear friend Shri Priyank Kanungoji, Srimati Divya, Special Secretary to Government of Telangana, Commissionerate of Women Development and Child Welfare, Srimati Rupali Banerjee Singh, Member Secretary NCPCR, eminent persons associated with this subject, child rights issues, and part of the government and part of the civil society organizations, NGOs, media persons, experts and resource persons. Dear friends, we have today on the dais, incidentally, you can call it as coincidence, 3 mothers. Most celebrated aspect of Indian civilization and Indian culture is motherhood. If we are able to deal this subject of today's discussion with that spirit, then we will become a role model for the entire world. Whenever we discuss issues related to children, this spirit of motherhood becomes essential and is a core of the subject. And another aspect, before getting into today's my submission, I would like to say, family as an institution, most discussed institution, and nowadays it is felt everywhere. Family institution is very important for the social cohesion in every aspect, whether you discuss children issues, whether you discuss about the citizenship issues, you discuss about the harmonious living, you discuss about the environmental issues, whatever you discuss. Nowadays, the family as an institution is becoming a very important issue. And all over the world, now even the modern economy, the economics also, is trying to understand the importance of the family in the sustainable economy or sustenance of the livelihood. So in such a situation, India as a country, India as a society, India as a civilization, we have always understood the importance of the family more than any other society, more than any other country. And the value of the family is now, getting decoded more and more. Family in 1960s, family in 1950s, in academic discussions, it was something different. But with family and without family, what is the change in the economic life? What is the change in the social life? What is the change in the environmental life? All these things are now slowly getting discovered, understood. So, as a society where we have always given core importance to the family, we know better than anybody else. So, family as an institution and motherhood, these are the two important subjects which has got direct linkage and sometimes indirect implications. Now, Madam Divya, she was talking about the child care institutions, how they are able to reduce the number. No, when I was young, I read and I also saw in one place. I happened to attend a program organized by a NGO which was working among the widows. And that organization was conducting the anniversary program. And an anniversary program normally they will publish. 2 years back, our ability to give shelter, our ability to give security, our ability to give service to widows was so much. And we have been able to increase this number to this. And I hope, or the institution says, in coming years we will be further increasing. This cannot be a desirable thing, we all know. You know, these are the organizations which should always think how to reduce the future growth. Widows institutions, orphanages, child care institutions. So government cannot take pride, NGOs cannot take pride, our volunteers cannot take pride. You know, the growth model for other institutions cannot be the growth model for this. So the important thing is, you know, clapping is very de-stressing thing in Indian society. You know, why we have been able to de-stress ourselves more than any other society is because we clap more. You want to study, you can study. So, I am very happy that we are discussing about and the government platforms or the statutory bodies, organization programs or the private programs. It does not mean that orphans are increasing and orphanage centers are decreasing. It cannot happen. So what we have to think about is how to create homes so that this number of these institutions are going down. This should be the growth model and this should be the idea and this should be the target for all volunteers for the discussion. So this is a very important thing I would like to say. Second important thing is, again, I am not just activist and policy advocate, I am also associated with politics. You know, if I talk anything, there is a possibility that it becomes associated or, taken that I am belonging to a political party, so I am speaking because of that political party. Please try to separate these things. This subject is very important. We should transcend from the partisan politics. And I am very happy Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Governor is there, and she is nowadays, she is emerging as a active governor. We all want. In Constitution does not provide, what should be the activity and what should not be. Some people, some governors are passive governors, some governors are active governors. Activity may invite controversy, but that should not deter. So we have such a governor here. She is mother, she is activist, and she is also a very good professional. I know her. Not just because of the governor I am speaking, I know, I understand, I know her commitment. So in coming days, in Telangana, all over the country, the children have got one challenging situation in the current scenario. Drug trafficking is becoming a very serious threat. And it is a serious threat all over the world. But for us, urbanization and dislocation, migration is aggravating this challenge. We have to understand. And the children, they are not just victims, they are also carriers in the drug trafficking. So when we talking about drug trafficking, the urban centers, rural centers are also not immune, but urban centers are fully exposed to this challenge, and sensitization and policy formulation and usage of the technology applications to arrest this problem is very important, and I am happy that NCPCR is conscious, but in coming days this challenge is going to be very important as a threat we will have, and we have to address this issue in order to sustain Indian society as a cohesive society, as a society which has got a futuristic, holistic life. So we have to understand this. Another challenge, don't take it in a partisan way, but below that level, you have another challenge, that is liquor. Wherever you have schools, wherever you have the places of congregation of children, they are directly or indirectly exposed to such a situation. Governments are many a times indiscreet and willfully or unknowingly they are allowing this to happen. So this has to be cut. This has got an impact on the children's mind. So this is also another issue, another challenge. Children's right is to have such kind of ecosystem where he is protected and he is nurtured. So when you discuss about the children's right as a part of Indian Constitution fundamental right, Article 21, Article 23, whatever you discuss, in the context, keeping the children in the safe place, whether it is for education or whether it is for the social life or sports life or any kind of religious activity, he must be away from such kind of influences. So governments and NGOs have to become more sensitive, and policy advocates have to become more aware and vigilant about this. This is a very important challenge, particularly India has to be conscious about this. And the third important thing which I would like to discuss about here is, Indian society is not like the societies of Western nations and America. We are deeply religious and we are deeply cultural, and we have got a different social value setup. So in such a situation, whether it is child care centers, whether it is orphanages or whatever, private or public or any kind of thing, this convergence is becoming a conflicting issue in the society. And it has been there. Don't think this conversion has become a conflicting issue now. Even Britishers were there, then also it was a conflicting issue. And post-independent India, this is a conflicting issue, but now it is assuming a greater proportion, and it is becoming a more and more hotly discussed and confronted issue at the places, because it affects the cultural fabric. It's not, I am not discussing about the child right, but as a children collective right and the social rights. These are the important issues. So how to sensitize the society and how to sensitize the organizations, we shall have to create a kind of division between the religious conversion or religious choice and the social service activity. We cannot allow to get intertwined. So this is a very important issue. It is happening. Don't think it is not happening, and it's having a serious injurious impact on the lower level society. So in coming days, this is a very important issue which we have to address. I am not getting into because the brief time which I have, I am highlighting the issues. Now, recently one state government has, in the wake of some controversy, they have given they have taken a decision that lot of madrasas are there unregistered. There may be some kind of service centers which are unregistered. Nobody can defend unregistered activity, and we cannot allow it. Unregistered activity of this kind will have definitely future implications for the social harmony and the order of the society. So even in Telangana, these things are, when we discuss and when we read these things in the context of some other state, don't think those things are not there and we should wait till these things become or assume the conflicting proportions. So it gets flared up. Then only we become aware and we discuss those things. I don't think that is the correct thing to do. So conversion, forced conversion, or it is not forced in the sense when you discuss things in the level of children, it is not, but a forced situation, taking advantage of the childhood, taking the advantage of he is not able to take his own decision, so imposing such situations. So these things have to be curbed. These things are against Indian constitution, violation of the constitution, and violation of the civilized norms and natural justice. So we have to understand these are the issues which are very important. Now coming to the technology is a very important thing, this massive which is discussed now, and in coming days social auditing and monitoring and to getting into the institutions scrutiny, definitely this advanced technology is going to help, and then only our democracy becomes very meaningful and very mature. And now finally, before ending up my submission, I would like to appreciate and welcome the decision. The COVID has created the many children who lost their parents, both the parents, single parents, and disjointed families. All these things, it happened because of this COVID. In such a situation, the challenge has become more acute for us, for social volunteers, to address in coming days this issue. Now, in Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has come with a scheme to provide a kind of security. We have to understand in India as a society, unlike America, unlike the developed countries and unlike other European societies, we do not have the adequate levels of social security. So we are working in a country where society and families are not secure. So one single problem, one single calamity can create a lot of destabilizing things for all of us. So in such a situation, state governments and central government and also volunteer organizations, we have challenges to address COVID and non-COVID and other problems. So I have in a brief time whatever the issues which are important for us as a nation, I have tried to explain, and I am told by Priyankji that in certain issues as a signatory to the United Nations covenants, we have gone beyond and advanced steps also we have taken. I am happy, and because we should establish benchmarks in coming days, because it's a world civilization we represent, and we represent the family institution centered society to the whole world. So in coming days, India should become, instead of a follower, it should become a role model for the whole world. Thank you. Thank you for NCPCR for organizing this program and a kind of training camp for all the volunteers and train, and I am also happy that you have given opportunity to Bharat Niti, a organization which is a policy advocacy organization, to become a technical partner. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for highlighting the challenges and the issues in the area of child rights and giving us the ways to tackle these issues. We are very thankful to you. Now, much awaited, we will be having a keynote address by Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Governor Madam, and we all know that Madam took charge as a Governor of Telangana on 8 September 2019 and happens to be the first woman to hold this office. That is a marvelous thing. We all are very proud of this, ma'am. We know that Madam is also strongly known for her advocacy towards uplifting living standards of people through better health and preventive care, a very focused towards development of society and well-being of citizens even at last mile. It's our privilege and honor to invite Honorable Chief Guest for the program.
A special good afternoon to each and everyone here. Shri Priyank Kanugu, Chairperson, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. Shri P. Muralidhar Rao ji, renowned social activist, founder Bharat Vidhi Organization. Srimati Divya IAS, Special Secretary to Government of Telangana, Commissionerate of Women Development, Hyderabad. Srimati Rupali, Member Secretary, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. Dr. KPA Ilyas, IPS, Faculty in Charge, Center for Children. Sardar Vallabhai Patel, National Police Academy, Hyderabad. Shri Vineet Kumar, Founder and President, Cyber Peace Foundation. Padma Shri Dr. Sunita Krishnan, Founder, Tribala, and all the child protective activists, caretakers, media friends, my security personnel, a special good afternoon to each and everyone. First of all, I thank the organization, the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, for organizing such a wonderful program to create awareness about the child's rights and welfare of children. And I should say, after hearing the address of all the dignitaries who are all in the dais, Srimati Divya IAS, when I was talking with the children through online during the COVID situation, the Bharat Rakshas, I found she was sitting one among the children. So that is the commitment she has, and because of that, they are able to close some of the, as our one of the very eminent social activists, Sri Muralidhar Rao ji, told, we can talk about child rights, but there cannot be multiplying orphanages. So I am very proud that under the leadership of Divya, they have closed some of the orphanages so that it will lead to the development of the children. And as it is said by Sri Priyank Kanugu, the chairperson, I met him already at Chennai to discuss about certain problems faced by the children in some institutions, both in Chennai, Pondicherry, Puducherry, and in Telangana. He spent almost an hour with me. So when I was talking with him, I could visualize the commitment which he is having towards the child care, children care, and I should congratulate him for all his efforts. And because of his intervention, we could solve some of the problems which I will not be able to disclose openly. So I'm really very happy so that a good program has been organized. And I'm happy that each and every speaker dealt with one subject. And I should say, when I was hearing Mrs. Divya's words, the way she was committed to she's committed to the development of the children, protection of the children. And when I heard about Sri Muralidhar Rao ji's, he definitely drew a different dimension about the conversion. Because I cannot I cannot portray the art of my development, my progress, without the share of our Honorable Muralidhar Ramji, because I know him for more than 15 years and I have worked with him, and all the knowledge and the commitment which we have on the social activities. I really appreciate it, and I am very happy to share the dais with him. And here I want to tell about the gender equality and gender discrimination. Because as a governor, not only as a governor, as a women governor, and as Sri Muralidhar Ramji mentioned, as a mother, I always say one incident. When I became the governor of Telangana, I went to Coimbatore and I was waiting to board a flight, and everyone was wishing me. One child, some 8 years old, approximately 7 to 8 years old female child, she asked her mother, Amma, why everyone is wishing her? Then she told, she is our governor, so everyone is wishing her. That girl child told, Amma, don't bluff. Her mother again said, no, she is our governor. Why you are not believing that? That girl immediately told, no ma, only old man can be governor. She cannot be a governor. So immediately when I called her and told, no, I am your governor. Then immediately the child wanted a photograph with me. The mother asked, you are a shy child. And when he knew that she is our governor, you want a photograph with her. Then immediately that child told, when she can become the governor, I can also become the governor. So that is the message we want to convey to the female children. Why I am telling female children? Children altogether. I am not discriminating, but that should not be discriminated, because telling that don't discriminate a female child should not discriminate a male child also. That is not good also. So, but the female child, they think that women are not for these positions. So we have to abolish that mindset. And apart from that, I always say, to handle a child, you have to handle like a glass tumbler. If you hold it tight, that tight holding itself will break the glass. And if you loosely carry it, hold it, definitely it will fall and it will break. So very delicately you have to handle it. Because children, when I also, even though our Srimati Divya told about our child rights, child protection, when we hear about certain incidences of sexual harassment or any problem faced by the child, we really feel very disheartened. Because it is like plucking the petals of a flower and throwing it away. Like plucking the wings of a colorful butterfly and killing it. We cannot accept it. So the society should change. Appa, why I started my address by mentioning about the girl child, because the children are facing more problems, challenges when they go into the society. When they are facing the same challenges, and as our chairman knows, when we were discussing about child and children who were sexually harassed in the institutions. So a great insight is needed for that. A great analysis is needed. The children are like white papers. They are innocent. I always, I read in one of the internet, one child was admitted in the school for the first day, and child was crying inside the classroom and mother was crying outside the classroom, as Sri Murali told about the motherhood. Then immediately the bell rang. All the children came out flying like the birds out of the nest. Then the mother hugged the child and asked, Pa, today you went to the school, you liked your class teacher, you liked your English teacher. No ma, I liked the old man who rang the bell. So that is the mindset of a child. The child don't know that we are going to the school first to study. No, the child thinks immediately when the bell rings, I have to go to home. But the teachers, the parents and the society mold them to face the challenges. So how we are going to prepare these children to face the challenges? Pampering is something, okay, good, we have pampered the child. It is not good also, because we have to have some commitment, and we have to some rules to bring out the child, both whether it is a female or a male. For female child, we are telling, no, you have to come home before 10 o'clock. You have to wear dress like that. But we are not advising the male child like that. So when we are not bringing the male children like that, the harassment towards the female is more. So there should be a balance in bringing up the children. But there should be little extra care for a female child, because physically also in an adolescent age, the child is facing more problems physically also. Some development, some hormonal development, and some physical development in her body. So that should be taken care by the mother and by the society in a much better way than bringing up a male child, because the male child is not facing the exact, they also face psychological problems. But female children, more physically and emotionally, they are more vulnerable to certain things that we have to accept. So we have to handle the childhood, handle the children more carefully. So what the society is going to do? As we said, the children are like flowers, like butterflies, like birds. But on what we are focusing? Not only laws, just laws can protect a child. The mindset of the society should protect the child. So whenever there is a child, whether it is school, whether it is the higher education before teenage, or whether the institutions, whether I can say whether orphanages, when the children are brought up, there should be a personal care on the children. Each child's psychology is different. Recently, we inaugurated and introduced a book in 14 languages about child psychology in Puducherry University. I actually appreciated the author because he has written about the children's psychology in the school from first standard to higher education. So sometimes we ignore all those things. So child's psychology should be taken care of, so that each and every child has its pride. Each and every child has a psychology. And each and every child has a social setup, because the child may be brought up in an affluent setup, or child may be in a very economically compromised setup. So the child is not in a level playing field. So we have to take care of the child. So it is our commitment. It's not an easy job to handle a child. It is not at all an easy job. I always say one of the family took the dog when the dog was sick, because most of the families we care the dog as a child, no? So they took the dog to a veterinary doctor, and the doctor gave a syrup. So they were very much worried about the illness of the dog. So when after coming, one of the family member caught hold of the lower jaw, one of the family member caught hold of the upper jaw, and they were forcing the syrup into the mouth of the dog. Then the dog resisted. The dog was not willing to take the syrup. Then when they were trying these, the bottle broke, fall in the ground and broke. Just the dog licked it and went away. So that is where we are handling the children. We are saying you have to study, you have to be disciplined, you have to be like this. Child is resisting. But automatically, actually we say, don't teach the child. You leave us a role model. If you want the child to save electricity, before the child you switch off the light. If you want the child to be disciplined, you be a disciplined person. So, but we are forgetting that. We want from the beginning, you do this, you do that. You have to be like that, you have to be like that. You compare with great persons, so that the child is resisting. So please understand the child as a flower, as a butterfly. You have to handle very patiently. Patience is very important. Nowadays, I have to tell the ladies, they are losing their temper with the children. Actually, one of the teacher told me, before the pandemic, the parents-teacher meet, the parents used to come and scold us. now they are worshipping us because they are unable to handle them, because they are now thinking how we are handling them. So we have to be very careful with the children, and they learn things very fast. Nowadays I admire, because as a gynecologist I can say I admire the children are now picking up fast the things, they are learning more. And as Murliji said, they are having the challenge of social media. It is given, the message is given in a complicated way. It's not given in a right sense, in a positive way. So some children are taking it in a negative way, so they have to live a positive life. So these are the challenges that the children are facing. So we have to aid them, and we should not pamper them. At the same time, we should guide them. We should go on their way. And there are institutions like our Child Rights Commission and our state government's commission, so that to guide the children who are destituted and who are not directionless. But we always should feel the handling a child is the most difficult one, and we have to concentrate on them. We have to focus on them so that their rights are protected. As our Constitution 30 says that children should be equally treated. So all these things should be borne in mind, so that the children should be protected and children's rights should be protected and the children should be safeguarded. And as our Honorable Prime Minister in a program said, when we celebrate our 100th year of independence, the last child in the village should get the education. Its rights should be protected, and that is the pride our country is going to celebrate. And as Divya told about the Kattadu Kaiman Alavu, Kalladadu Ulagalavu, Tirukural says, Kulal inidu, Yal inidu enber, Tammakkal sol kelada. What it means, Evaru vari, Pillala, Tiyadi, Matalanu, Vinalaru, Varu Matrame, Sankida Parikrala, Sabdalu, Tiyaga Undayini, Chepatar. So our children voice sweet voice, and in a sweet manner we have to handle them. And I appreciate the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights for organizing such a program. And my concern is, not only as a mother, as a gynecologist and as a pediatrician who face more children, don't beat the children. Because when I went to Childress Hospital, when I was doing a scan, one child called me, "Mother, call me doctor, doctor." The child called me dog. Dog, why are you disturbing me? Then mother God was about to beat the child. No, I told, when we are disturbing, the child thinks we are a dog. So by our pleasant activity, then I told, no, see in the screen, you see Rajini? And then it started clapping. So then she enjoyed it. So we have to, with a different approach, we have to approach the children, and with utmost kindness. And with all our kindness, we have to handle the children. And I am very happy that the program of NCPCR, a technical collaboration with Bharat Nidhi, because as it is said by our Muralidhar Rauji, this is a social organization. So when two good organizations come together, so the great things can be achieved. So I appreciate these organizations they have taken the welfare of the children, and I should be very happy, and I am very happy to participate in this program. And as I said, as a gynecologist and as a pediatrician and as a mother, I have seen so many children, and after all these programs, we should see only happy children, healthy children. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a great keynote address, and we all are blessed, and it's our honor to have you here today. And we all are very confident that under your able guidance, we all can reach to every last child. Now, may I invite Member Secretary Madam, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights for vote of thanks, please.
Namaskar. Respected Chief Guest, Honorable Governor, Telangana and Honorable Lieutenant Governor, Puducherry, Dr. Srimati Tamilisai Soundarajan, renowned social activist and founder, Bharat Niti Organization, Shri Pri Murlidhar Rao ji, Shri Priyank Kanungo ji, Chairperson, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Srimati B. Divya, Special Secretary to Government of Telangana, Padma Shri Dr. Sunita Krishnan, Founder Prajwala, Major Vineet Kumar, Founder and President, Cyber Peace Foundation, Dr. K.P.A. Ilyas, Faculty in Charge, Center for Children, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, National Police Academy, senior delegates and participants. It is my privilege to propose a vote of